This following production is brought to you by Ethereal Studio. The following episode includes mentions of depression, cursing, and just plain and utter chaos. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello there. It's Naya. It's your favorite Naya. Okay. Hark, is she back from the dead? Yes, why? Yes, I am. It is your illustrious host, Nia Hamilton, and you are listening to your favorite podcast, Ramblings of an Extra. Yeah, I'm back. It's been a while. It's been weeks and a couple of months since I last recorded. You may be wondering, Nia, why did you fall off the planet Earth? Well, I didn't plan to do it this way. I think, okay, you know what? Let me start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning here. Yeah. Life has been a bit hectic, and I know this podcast isn't lifestyle heavy. I know. I come on here, I talk about movies that I'm interested in, and hopefully it makes you interested in them as well, or you already are. And I'm just highlighting things that you already thought about or haven't. That's what Ramblings of an Extra was supposed to be. But honestly, I'm thinking about shifting the podcast to be a bit more about movies, obviously, but somewhat more about lifestyle, It's just right now in life, I've been going through burnout. Today, I think, was the day where I really just like hit it dead on. Um, yeah, I definitely hit it dead on. I mean, I was crying, I was screaming, I was ranting, I was doing everything that a breakdown and a mental breakdown looks like. And was it my proudest moment? No, but it needed to happen. I'm in college. I have like several assignments due at the same time. I'm recording this podcast, even though I have a script due. Hopefully, my professor is not listening. I really doubt that she would be, but if she is, sorry. Love ya, but I'm sorry. Anyway, um, but yeah, I just need this therapy, okay? Because like yes, I love writing scripts. Yes, I love filming. Yes, I love being a director and being a screen and doing screenplays. But it's also just like some projects I just want to do just for the fun of it. And this podcast is a just for the fun of it podcast. I'm not being asked to do this. I'm not being asked to sit down, record, edit, make social media posts. I'm not being asked to do any of this. I am doing this because it is my is it yeah. It simply is my passion. And that's all it is. And if I do get famous off of this one day, hallelujah. Hallelujah. If I get in the same ranks as like Emma Chamberlain or like any other, YouTube personality that just so happens to have a podcast, if I do get famous off of this one day, great, awesome. I'm so happy for future Naya. But if I don't, fine, whatever. But I'm still doing what I love. I'm sitting down, I'm analyzing movies and shows, and I'm dabbling in just a little dabble of my personal life. Um, but yeah, I this week has been a shitstorm. A grade A shitstorm. Um and I've also wanted to figure out like how to get this podcast to where I want it to be. And I've been trying to do it like seamlessly, like trying to make it seem as if it's just so easy to have a podcast and write episodes and edit and record and do social media posts and trying to get listeners. It is so difficult because I'm not only doing this, I'm in college and I have an internship that I'm not really good at, but we're not going to talk about we're not going to talk about that, okay? Because I don't know. I don't know with that internship. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, this is what rambling 7 extra is. Me talking about my personal life and talking about movies. If you're not here for it, the exit is always there, you know? But if you are, thank you for sitting down and listening to me. Wow, that was like a big intro. Wow. Wow, I may just be like a podcast host or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Anyway, so you might have seen the title card and you did not expect what the fuck I just said, but you love me, so deal with it. Anyway, today we're gonna be talking about Stranger Things. Obviously, you told with my very cliche title, Stranger Things Have Happened. Now, today we are talking about the one and the only show that is called Stranger Things to be talked about today. So, how do I want to start this off? I mean, like, yes, I just went on a whole ramble of me trying to figure out how to do podcasts, and yes, I did write a script, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, you should be so happy to me with me. I wrote a script. Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I still gonna ramble during these episodes? Bitch, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now, babe. I'm doing it right now. Yeah. There's a script right in front of me. I'm like, fuck that. No. I am Nia fucking Hamilton. I will ramble if I so please. Anyway, Stranger Things Stranger Things was first released in 2016. At the moment, the show only has 4 seasons at Netflix, with the 5th season on its way. Though the plot of the show was fairly simple at the beginning, it starts with a young boy, Will, disappearing from the small town of Hawkins. As his friends begin a search for him, they begin to unravel a series of strange things. Ooh, you might have been told. You might figure out that this whole intro was written by me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is it from Google? No. That that whole thing that I just said, all me, babe. All me. This is premeditated. Yeah. Yeah. She wrote it down. It's in her notability book. Yeah. Dedication to the craft. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop blaring out your eardrums. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Even though this show has become like a little dabble of lifestyle, is that what I would call it? Lifestyle in film? Yeah, I guess that's a new genre. Lifestyle in film. Anyway, since this since this podcast is now called Lifestyle and Film, it's still the barracks of it still stays the same. I bring up a show. I say I'm not gonna recap it because honestly, do I see myself doing a recap episode anytime soon? No, not really. No, not really. Then I just cry about how college is so suffocating. Yeah. So I don't see myself doing that. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, as you could tell by my big rant, this episode is a recap episode. I will not be is shit. I said it wrong. Is it a recap? Okay. I know you're rolling your eyes right now. Anyway, this episode is not a recap episode. So if you want me to go over every intricate part from season 1 to season 4, babe, it is not happening. Go watch the show yourself or go watch does she have all the seasons? I watched a lot of yes, I rewatched the show by myself, but when I want to like skim over Stranger Things, usually I just rewatch the someone reacting to it. So I watch Your Internet Mom Ash. She's great. If you want to rewatch season 4 real quick or any of the seasons, she is a great source. I endorse her. This is an endorsement. Yeah, as if I can give an endorsement to her. She is way more successful than me. That's besides the point. That's besides the fucking point, Naya. Okay, fine. Fine. All right. So this is how it's gonna go. This is how it's gonna go. I am your scheme manager, Naya Waya. And and this episode, this is our itinerary for this episode. We will go over my top 5 characters, and then we'll go over my thoughts on production and direction. And then we'll go over my thoughts on rating the seasons between viewership and critic viewership. Then we'll go over my predictions for season 5. Yeah. Then we're going to go over who I think is going to kick the bucket, no longer exist, bye, vanish, no longer here. Yeah. Okay, so that's all for today. So that's all of our topics. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start off easy with my favorite characters. These are the top 5. This is my list. Okay, this is my baby list. Don't sue me. This is not in any particular order. It's not from 5 to 1 or anything like that. They're just my 5 favorite. I can't put one above the other or one below the other. It's just these are my 5 favorite characters. So you got Steve Harrington. Now Steve Harrington he's a babysitter. He's a babysitter. And I love Steve because his character development from season 1 to season 4, immaculate. I know you can't see my face right now because obviously it's just audio, but like immaculate. I've only seen such great character development in smaller situations, you know? But like the character development from douche to hero, out of this world, Duffer Brothers. 10 stars. I know I can't give 10 stars, but 10 stars. Yeah. Yeah, I said it. But yeah, if they kill Steve, me and the Duffer Brothers will have to talk. I just want to talk. I just want to speak to you guys. Because why? Why would you do such a thing to me? He's my comfort character. You could tell by looking at my computer. Well, yeah, if you look at the stickers on my computer, I kind of got a sticker from Red Bull. That's besides the point, Naya. Okay, fine. But it's like an amazing sticker, and I'm probably going to post it on Ramblings of an Extra's Instagram. So if you want to go follow me there, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. All right. Anyway, next character, Max. Do I remember her last name? Wait, shit. Do I remember Max's last name? Do I? No. Fuck. What is Max's last name? How do I not remember this? Oh my god. I'm gonna have to look this up. No, because I know you guys are like, oh my god, nah, you forgot a character's name again. Yeah. You guys should be used to this by now. Max. Freak, what was her last name? Max. As much as I look up that character, I know Sydney's. Oh, Mayfield. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, because I was thinking about her brother, her racist brother, Billy's last name, Hargrove. But I was like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. It must be something else. Yeah, it's Mayfield. Max Mayfield. That whole test just to figure out her name. You may think she's not my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, but she is. Max is my favorite character, not just because she's bossy, but because of how much thought they put in her character. And by they, I mean the Duffer Brothers. And honestly, whoever is responsible for helping write Max's character, I feel like her character is very well thought out, especially what she went through in season 4. I feel like someone actually sat down and thought, huh, this happened to her. What can we do to expand on what happened to her? You know, instead of just sitting around and saying, yeah, well, this happened to her, so let's move on with the other main characters who have been here longer. I like that they actually used her, because usually when they have a character like Max who came in at the second season, they don't really like using them. Not in like a helpful way. They just like push them into like this side character corner where they don't let them function as well as the people who have been there for like one more season than them. But that is definitely not a problem with Max at all whatsoever. I feel like I very much saw myself in Max when she was going through, well, her depression in general. I haven't had any family members die during a Demogorgon situation, but but I can I can relate to her depression and her constant fight to get out of that mind space. um it's something that I've dealt with for a while, and seeing Max go through it then made me feel like I was less alone, you know? Um because I have this stigma that, you know, if you're depressed, then you're mentally like unfit or something, and it's just like that's just a part. I feel like depression, I may be wrong. I'm not a therapist or anything. Don't take my word for it. But I feel like depression is just a part of life, because I don't think you could be happy all the time. Like there's going to be times where you're sad, but that makes the times where you're happy so much better, you know? And I feel like that's, even though depression is not fun, it's I'm not saying it's fun. I'm not saying kids be depressed. No. I'm saying that I'm speaking from my own experience. I'm not speaking from any expertise or anything like that. But there there are times where I'm very sad, like today, for example. Um but I constantly fight not to be stuck in that hole. And when I feel this way, I think about people that I know who have felt that way and try to get out of it. And even though Max is not a person, she's just a character, I really identified with her because that's exactly what depression looks like to me. Exactly what that shit looks like to me. So, thank you, Duffer Brothers. Thank you, writers for Stranger Things, for bringing out that storyline. Even though I know it was just to further your story, whatever. You could have wrote it differently if that was the case. But I like what they did in season 4. Wow, I may be revealing what my intentions are for the rankings. I'm joking. I'm definitely not. Well, I'm probably am. I probably am. I probably am. Um, Dustin. Dustin Henderson, the love of my life. The love of my life. Dustin is like someone that I would love as a little brother, you know? Like if he was my little brother, I would probably get annoyed with him like all the time, obviously, cuz I mean it's Dustin. Um but he would be someone that I would definitely want in my corner. Um Not just because he's smart, but because he's funny and he curses a lot, so we already have that in common. And he's always trying to help out his friends and looking out for them. And I love that. I love that quality in anyone. I feel like that's really underrated. Someone who looks out for you and makes sure that you're okay. Um but yeah, that's It's like playing it's like short and sweet with Dustin. I mean, if you ever seen Dustin like in action, most of the time when he's in action, it's like with Steve. Wow, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, Dustin does he have a lot of scenes with the other cast members? This like okay, yes, in season 1, but like Will was hardly there. And then season 2 happened and he was with Steve. And then and then season 3 happened. Was he with Steve in that one? I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah, like he was with Erica, Robin, and Steve. And then season 4 happened and he was in the group, but he was still mainly spending his time with Steve. Huh. Huh. Duffers, fix that. Cause I need more core 4 scenes before the show wraps, okay? Alright, alright. Um, Lucas. Me and Lucas have a complicated relationship. Me and Lucas have a complicated relationship, okay? Our relationship ain't simple, okay? First season, this boy pissed me off. Like, okay, when I was watching it, the first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know how old, but yeah, I was like in high school when it first came out. Yeah. So, was I? I just remember being really pissed off that everyone wanted to watch this show. I think I was I'll do the math later. I'm constantly doing math on this show. I need a break. I need a break. Okay. Okay. Anyway, me and Lucas have a complicated relationship because the minute I saw this boy first season, he was coming after my girl L. My girl L had been through the shitter. She had been through actual shit. Like like she went through a sewer drain to get out. Like on some real what's I'm always referencing movies that I can't remember. Anyway, she was going through the trenches just to get out of there. I'm going to find that movie right now. But me and Dustin, me, ugh. Okay, that was my bad. Me and Lu You guys already know I'm bad with names. Okay, I'm bad with most information. That's why I look up in real time. Okay, in real time. Um, Me and Lucas have our moments, most definitely. Because he was very very rude to L. Constantly wanted to call the parents on her, and it's just like bestie, bestie. What was she supposed to do, bestie? Like you need to be a little bit nicer, bestie. Like you see she been through some badass shit. That's the movie I was thinking of. Shawshank Redemption. See that movie, I don't think Elle like went through straight like sewer lines, but that not that pole, that that drain, whatever the fuck that was, that thing was small enough to have shit go through it. So I would say Elle had a Shawshank Redemption moment. She might not have thought she was going through that, obviously, because she never seen the movie, because she never seen any movies when she was living at the lab. But yeah, yeah. Uh she had her Shawshank Redemption moment. Anyway, I'm so happy that I referenced like a legendary movie like that. That really shows that I am a film major. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm a film major. Anyway. Okay, I really need to stop editing this late or just like editing or just like doing anything this late in the day. I don't think it's like safe for me to be doing this for anyone, for me or anyone else. But back to Lucas. Lucas. Um, so yeah, like I didn't like him in the beginning because he was constantly going after Elle. He was constantly pointing out how everything can go wrong. The second time I watched the whole, like I've watched the show over and over again. Like I think this is like my fourth time. But like you see differently every time you watch it, because every time I watch it, I'm like either, 2 years older or like 3 years older or whatever. Um so like I think it was, yeah, it was recently and I rewatched and I was just like, oh my God. Wow. I understand why he has acting that way. I don't know why I was so mad at him before. Cause like I would act the same way. But like would I be that forceful about it? No, not really. Would I be that mean about it? Definitely not. I don't know where this girl came from. Her head is shaven. And it was discovered that she can move things with her mind. Do you think I'm gonna be mean to her? Hell no. I'm good. I am fine. I do not feel like getting a concussion tonight. I do I do not feel like it. Okay? Who the fuck feels like getting a concussion? Not me. All right? But my relationship with him definitely changed as the seasons go on. Um I'm trying to think. Like season 4 definitely made me see Lucas completely differently. Not because like he got taller and and he got older, because the actor who's playing him is obviously older now. I'm trying to think of when I saw him differently. I think it was definitely when Max came into picture in the second season, mostly because he was spending more time with her. um but yeah, I don't think Lucas's character was really able to shine until season 4. That was his time. That was Caleb's time, the actor's time, with his character Lucas to really shine, because like was he really overshadowed? I don't think he I mean, yeah, he had his screen time, but I don't think he had like a concrete storyline like he had in season 4 ever. Like had like his own thing. Like before it used to be, I think it was, yeah, it was season 2 where he was like trying not to lie to Max, and that was a storyline, but I don't feel like it was as Kayla. Like I don't feel like it was as like centered on his character just in general. Like I don't think it was like it was centered on like Billy being a threat and Max not believing him, and Lucas trying to get Max to believe him, all of that. But I feel like season 4 plot is way more dynamic, because there's multiple things happening with him. Max isn't talking to him, and he's trying to belong in a group of people who don't even pay attention to who he interacts with. I mean, these bitches were walking around not even knowing who Lucas was talking to. Like, okay, okay, I know this is like a side rant, but in season 4, when these jocks were like so surprised that Lucas was in Hellfire, I'm just like, you guys really are stuck in your own bubble, aren't you? Like, this boy is on your basketball team, and you mean to tell me you guys have no idea like what this boy is doing around school besides being on your team? Like, absolutely no idea. And I can hear the comments now. Naya, like, obviously people can't keep tabs on everyone, and I understand that, but it's like opening your eyes and seeing who this guy is spending time with. If you see him spending time with like Mike or Dustin, and you see that Mike and Dustin spend time with Eddie, it's just like, put it together. 2 and 2 equals 4, bitch. It just does. It really just does. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know how else to explain it to you. Like, you're getting on my nerves. Okay. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Lucas. Now we're gonna go on the most loaded character. I say loaded because whew, I mean, she's the star of the show. She's Millie Bobby Brown's character. When you look up Stranger Things, the first person that comes up is Millie Bobby Brown, who plays Elle, which is my last but not least favorite character. Um, LLL. How do I explain you? How do I explain my love for you? Like I've been doing for everyone, like I've been doing for everyone else. Um, Elle is a survivor. I would love it if they stopped cutting her hair off without her permission, but Elle is a survivor because, like, okay, I don't know if it's just a girl thing or something, but once I hear that someone cut off someone else's hair without like their permission, it awakens something in me, especially as a woman. Like you're told to be to have your hair at a certain length, or you're seen as a guy, you know. So it's like so annoying for Elle, like when she was little, for her to constantly have a bald cut, so they can get like that, you know, those scientific, I don't know, those those head thingies. Oh my god. Those caps on her head. Um but like I felt really bad for her when she went back. Well, I mean, it wasn't she went back to the lab, but she went back to Brenner. And I felt really bad cuz I was like, this girl's hair was almost like to the small of her back. I think it was to the small of her back. And you mean to tell me this bitch just shaved all it off? I wonder how long it took her to completely grow it out, because as the seasons go, you can see it starting to grow, you know? But then this bitch just comes in and shaves it all off. I know I'm making a big deal about this, but it's just like, come on now. Come on now. Come on. She was getting better. And I mean, yeah, and I'm not saying that, you know, to be a woman you have to have long hair. I'm definitely not saying that, but it's just like, stop cutting her hair without her permission. Is it really that fucking difficult? Stop it. Stop it. It's mean, it's rude, and stop it. Like, I understand you want her to learn the lesson. You want her to stop this mental block that she has when she thinks about Vecna. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, shut up. Anyway, stop cutting her hair without permission. That has nothing to do with my love for Elle. I just need to make that PSA. I love Elle because she constantly surviving, okay? Anything that's thrown at this girl, she is surviving. Vecna, surviving. Closing the gate, surviving. Big ass Vecna spider that turns into, like, you know, that that harvest, like the I don't even know how to say it. Like I don't even know how to explain this shit. Harvest the gunk, the mm, I, mm. How do you explain this? Cuz like, yes, I did see season 3. I watched it, but like replaying it in my head, I'm just like, how did she do that? No, not how did she do that. I mean, how did Vecna do that? Cuz like he I don't even know the word to what he did. Like he just burnt down or molded like these people to build this Vecna spider to take Jane L down, and it's just like, and then she faced this spider, this flesh enigma something spider, and this spider like almost took her leg out, planted like a little tracking device on her. I think it was a tracking device. I don't even know what that thing was. Like, truthfully and honestly, I don't know what that thing was. Like, was it a tracking device, or was it just like a little maggot to kill her? I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. But throughout all of that, throughout all of that, she has survived. I wish one day to have the intensity and the control that Jane has. Obviously I do not have powers, but she is amazing and I wish to be her one day. Yeah, so that concludes my character ranking of sorts. Okay, now on to the enchilada, the big donut, the semi round thingy. The thingy. The incredibly brave. I think I'm doing production next. Yes, I am. So we are doing production and direction. Um, so this show, okay, something that I hate that people get wrong about Stranger Things is that it needed to end at season one. Now, I talked to all my friends about this, and they're just like, nah, it needed to end on season one. I'm like, no, it did not. Because I felt something. I felt something. After I watched season two, I was just like, all right, okay, I see you. I see you, Duffer Brothers. I see you. We see each other. You're trying to build something right now, aren't you? You're building on to something. You're building up like Lego blocks. Because all my friends are like, oh, I need to end after season one. I need to end after season one. Like, E.T. or anything like that. But see, if that was the case, why didn't the Duffer Brothers just make a movie? If that was the case, they could have had this done in an hour and 30 minutes. But no, they wanted to make Stranger Things into a show. Why is that? Why is that? And like, you might be saying, nah, they didn't know that the show was going to be this successful. They didn't know that they were going to be on for these amount of seasons. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. But I know very well as a creator, when you make a show, yes, you may make it so every season is good enough to end the show at that season, but you still make the show to I feel like when I make a show, I can only speak to my own experience, but when I make a show, I make it so when it's continuable. And well, okay, how do I explain this? I make a show so I can continue from a certain part, but I also know where to end it. And I feel like with Stranger Things, when they made the show, they had a good idea of what season they wanted to end it at. And I don't feel like it's like black and white. I don't feel like they thought they were going to make one season and that was it. Because if they really were dedicated to the story at ending at the time that it did, they could have just walked away from Netflix. Said, we just made Netflix's hit show. We just made Netflix millions of dollars. We could just walk away and do another project. But they didn't do that. They made 4 more seasons. Well, they're about to make the fourth. Well, I'm saying, math, first, second, third, fourth, fifth is coming. Um, I'm saying they could have just walked away, but instead they continued on. And I feel like the more they go on with the seasons, the more story and the more lore we get as an audience. I feel like the story is woven together so beautifully, and I don't want to eat crow after this next season comes out. So Russo brothers, not Russo. Wow. I'm sorry, there's a lot of Hollywood brothers. The Russo brothers might be talking about me. Anyway, I'm joking. Obviously they don't know about me. Anyway, at least not now. But Duffer Brothers, please do not make me eat crow in this next season. I'm scared about this next season, but we'll get into that later. I just needed to express my fury for people who say that the show should have ended on season one. I am a firm believer in the show is a let them cook show. Let them cook. Let them do what they gotta do. And then after the seasons come out, you can say it's a piece of shit. Because a great testament to me being right was season 4. I was hyped up about season 4. The minute they gave me a date, a time, I was like, bitch, I will be there. I will be there and I will be square. Yeah. That was the same year I graduated high school that came out. I think it was part 1 that came out on my prom day. And I was right as fuck. All of my friends said, oh, they're coming out with another season. Has it been like this amount of years? Bitch, when that season came out, oh my God. Oh my god, it happened all over again. The Stranger Things fandom reawoken. It reawakened. It did all the reawakenings. Everyone was crazy about running up that hill. Eddie Munson, Max, L. Everyone was crazy about it. Everyone's crazy about Will and Mike getting together. And it's just like, was I right? Was I right? Was I right? I was. That's the answer. That's the answer you're looking for. I was right. Because everyone else was just like, oh, they don't need another season. And then all of you were eating that shit up when it came out, right? You were eating that shit up. You were just like, oh, the storyline's up. Everything is lining up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I stood in. I was a ride or die. I was a ride or die. I stood in those trenches and I defended. And now you're like, oh, now I get it now. Yeah, you better. You better. God. Another thing about another thing about Stranger Things, and it's yeah, shit. That whole rant, now I can't speak. Um and it's distribute no, okay. The way it comes out. The way it goes out on Netflix, I can't say the word that I'm trying to say for the life of me. But I love that it follows what I would call a Harry Potter trend. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna sound real scientific when I say this next one. Um, it's a story that ages with its viewers. And I know you're gonna be like, what do you mean? I would say Harry Potter is a story that ages with its viewers because as you go along, the first one definitely isn't as happy as the last one, you know? Like it's not like happy, happy, happy. I feel like as Harry Potter went on, it was more about them growing up. With Stranger Things, I love that it's like that same way that these kids, I think they were like 12 or 13 when they started out. Like the characters, I don't know about the actors, but the characters were this age, and now as the story is progressing, the darker the tones get. And that's what I love. I love stories like that. Oh my god. They're my weakness. They're my weakness. Oh god, they're my kryptonite. Oh, they're my kryptonite. But yeah, they're my babies. I love shows like that because it's just like as the story is going on, you're growing with the characters because obviously you're not staying the same age either, and the characters aren't. So you're like growing up with them, and it creates this emotional entanglement with the characters and the story and the whole world, and it's just like wow, you guys are growing up with me. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. And you don't really see that with much stories. I feel like I'm kind of happy that I said something about the Russo brothers because I would love it if Marvel did something like that. And I feel like Marvel has the barracks to do something like that, but they're not going to. They're not going to, at least not at any time now. But yeah, like I just feel like it's a missed opportunity on Marvel, but that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is for Stranger Things and Stranger Things only. So yeah. Yeah, I feel like those were my rants about Stranger Things. Those are my rants. I hope you liked it. Um I know I just like tour guided for 3 other topics, but we are at our precipice now. I need to stop recording. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know. It's difficult. It's difficult not to hear my voice anymore, but it will be okay. It will be okay. I hope you're okay because I will be recording the next one. I do not know when I'll be releasing it though, but you love me, so you'll be fine with this. I hope you had a good time. I hope I pointed out things that you either like or you don't like or you love them. You love them. It's like that thing that they used to do on like America's Got Talent where like one of the judges would be like, "I don't like it. I love it." Yeah. Yeah. That's the exact reaction you have to this episode. But yeah, I think we're headed towards our ending here. I do not want this episode to be too long. But I love you guys. I will see you soon. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I'm really trying to get better at posting these episodes. Hopefully soon you'll be able to see me. Not for every episode, babe. I can't do that for every episode. But hopefully I'm probably going to be doing a Bridgerton episode if anyone's interested. I don't really care if no one's interested. I'm going to do it anyway. But but yeah, please follow Ramblings of an Extra on Instagram. It's Ramblings of an Extra, all lowercase. And I will see you guys next time. Love you lots. Have a good day. And this has been Ramblings of an Extra with Naya Hamilton.